Ladies and gentlemen, the RT Boxing Show with Mr. A presents Breakdown and Prediction Volume 4. Rikki Naito taking on Jefferey Arienza will begin shortly. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you, folks, for tuning in. Thank you very much. As it says, this is a nice OPBF title bout. It's the super lightweight between Rikki Naito, former Japanese champion, taking on the Philippines Jefferey Arienza. It's a excuse me. It's a nice clash in styles. Can the flawed boxer overcome the hill and take out the former champion? Now, this is number 1 and 2 of the OPBF. So it's a best taking on the best, if that's what you'd like to see according to the rankings. It's 1 versus 2 for the vacant belt of 140 pounds. Now, Rikki Naito, like I said, former Japanese champion. He lost his belt to Kenichi Ogawa, who recently beat Tevin Farmer. So this is where a lot of the Asian fighters, if once they get outside of the Japanese, or their I should say, once they get out of their domestic title shot, they go into the OPBF, and then they hit the other organizations. Now, Rikki is coming in with a record of 18-2 with 6 KOs, 30% knockout ratio. He's a boxer, out of Japan. He's taking on a Filipino, Jefferey Arienza, who is 16-6 with 1 draw, 10 KOs, but 4 of his losses are from KOs out of his 6 losses. Now, you're going to have a southpaw and a southpaw going at it. Can Jefferey, with his flawed arsenal, will he be able to apply enough pressure to force the former champion Rikki into an era, make him make some mistakes, overthrow, leave an opening with a pressure, be able to make Rikki work at an uncomfortable rate that he's not used to. Now, Rikki comes in with 135 rounds compared to 116, so he has experience on him, but the age are very close, 27 and 26, the elder being Jefferey. 5'6.5", the smaller man is Jefferey, to 5'8" in Rikki. Like I said, this is for a vacant belt. Now, like I said, there is flaws in Jefferey, because Jefferey used to have this belt until like 2 fights ago. He lost it, and now he's getting another shot. He had 1 fight in between his loss, and now he's trying to get another shot at it. Now, the offensive attack. This, like I said, Jefferey has a lot to climb to me in this fight, because he's a flawed fighter. Now, the offensive attack, Rikki's going to give you a nice 1-2. He's not going to waste no punches. He's a very timed, methodical fighter. He's going to give you the 1-2, the jab, occasional left hooks. But he's not going to give you no more. I mean, he's not going to take no more than you give him. He will win the fight on what you give him. Whereas Jefferey, he's a winger. He throws those wingers wide shots. His punches fall short a lot, and that has to do with his legs, where we will get to later on in the breakdown. So he's just a jabber, He doesn't feint much. He comes in. His punches fall, like I said, his punches fall short, and he's a wide hooker. So the offensive category we're gonna give with Rikki, like I said, he's more accurate with his punches. He don't waste punches. He doubles up on the jabs, triples up if he have to. Jefferey is just a one single jab, and he in a hooker. And he does a good body game, but his body game is wide when he gets you against the ropes, wide punches. So offensively, we're going with Rikki. And then as of defensively, Jefferey, he's going to be right in front of you in the high guard coming at you. So he's just hoping to slip and just hit you with some bombs. Rikki, he takes the gap, and he's always taking the small steps. Step back, small step forward, small step back. And he just dip to the side and try and make you throw your punch to fall short so he could come in with his counters. Now, if he's going to be first, he's more of just a high guard coming in with slipping and jabbing. But mainly, Rikki is a man who controls the gap with small steps back. His defense is like, that's his defense. He'll turn you, he'll walk the ring, but he ain't going to be, loose at the waist. He's not one of those, I guess they categorize him as slippery fighters, slick fighters. He's a very patient, step backward fighter. And he doesn't get as hit cleanly as Jefferey, due to, like I said, Jefferey has a medium high guard. The fact that he falls short with his punches, he has a defensive flaw in his offensive delivery that gets him hit a lot. Where Rikki, you can pressure him, but you have to do it behind offensive. You can't just rush in on him. Or he has the ability with the 1-2. He has a good jab, like I said, a good basic. He has all the basics that it's hard to get past if you're not just gonna pressure him with technique. And I don't believe Jefferey has the technique to pressure Ricky's defense, so we're going to go with the defense of Rikki. Now, the legs and the feet, this is where Jeffery's going to have his biggest problem. His feet are never in the proper position. He lunges a lot with his hooks, and he misses. All his fights, people just like move, skate to the side, and he'll just miss a hook, and he has to completely like turn his whole body and go find him again. Kind of like if you remember the fight with Miguel Cotto and Kamagai, remember how bad Kamagai was missing? He had to turn his whole body to go find Cotto. That's what Jefferey does. His feet are never in the proper position for the second or the third punch. His legs are, they're not in the technical, proper boxing stance. They're always wide. He drags the foot. He overthrows himself. But like I said, about Rikki, he's very basic. He's going to keep himself in the proper stance. And, he's always just ready to go. His legs and his feet never make him miss a punch. His punch, if he throws it, it should be there. Unless the defensive guy slips it, blocks it, counters it. His punches are never. His punches are usually, can't say never. His punches are usually not short, not overly thrown. So we're going across the board on Rikki on this one. Now, how can Rikki, the former Japanese super lightweight champion, how can he walk away with this OPBF title? Keep it very simple. Do what he does. Take his small steps around the ring. Work the 1-2s. Feint up on the jabs. Make Jefferey bite. Because Jefferey will throw a wide punch. Because Jeffery's going to be coming forward. So just, feint Jeffery into throwing his punches. Because his punches are not accurate. So feint him into throwing his punches and just set him up for counters. And then just box him on the back foot. Work the body, tire him out, because the fact that Jeffery comes in with uneducated feet, he has to spend more energy. working his body and turning him is just going to tire him about midway through the fight, and then Rikki would have an even easier time picking him apart. And so I said, just feint him, feint Jeffery. This is a recap of his keys. Feint Jeffery, get Jeffery to throw, show his card, counter him, work his body, turn him, and that way by the midpoint he's tired and it should be easy pickings for Rikki. Now, how can Jeffery Arienza climb the mountain and defeat Rikki? He will have to work behind a jab. He's going to have to triple that jab, double that jab. He can't throw one jab at Rikki. Rikki will counter it. So if he doubles and triples up the jab, keeps Rikki in the high guard, push him to the ropes, it'll give him a better chance to work his hooks, which is Ricky's best thing, the overhand right, another overhand left, his rights, his hooks, and keep his punches shorter. He can't throw those wide punches against a straight punching Rikki. So work behind a triple jab, get Rikki to the ropes, and work his body. Because do not allow Rikki to move around the ring, because he's going to outbox you, or outbox Jeffery, I should say. So make it a stationary fight against the ropes, and that's the best chance Jeffery has. Feinting him, triple jabbing him to Rikki to the ropes, and just work the body. You gotta stop somehow Rikki from using his legs, because he has the ability to just simply out jab Jeffery to a victory. Now, that being said, my prediction for this fight is Rikki Naito should do a unanimous decision and win this fight and become the new and claim the vacant OPBF super lightweight title. That is the breakdown right here on WLRT Boxing Show. Please subscribe, thumbs up the video, and do everything you can to help the show grow. I appreciate all your support. Mr. A is out.